Say make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Survival of the fittest, you can sink or swim. I've been broke, I ain't never going back again. I need some C-notes, some cheddar, and a stack of ends. I need a bowl of dough, I don't need no Facebook friends. I need a pack of them snaps, a handful of Fetty Wops, and rubber band on my greenbacks. Look, dawg, don't be playing with my paper. I need every red cent, that's why I brought my little scraper. You don't know me, homie, I rob my own neighbor with a clock around my neck with a style that's so flavor. Give me the loot is just an understatement. I'm about to take your bank and put it in my basement.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Make money, money, make money, money, money.
Say take money, money, take money, money, money.
Take money, money, take money, money, money. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. The root of all evil, I don't agree with that. It's hard to do when you riding around with 10 racks. Golden Arches, St. Louis, I'm the Big Mac. St. Petersburg, Russia, you can find it on the map. I'm so cold I could spit the snow. That's why they call me Nitro with the nicest flow. On the real, man, I hate it when they call me bro. It's getting on my nerves like these bills and these haters, yo. Chill, a grown man with a loaf of bread. I keep a stack of Benjis right under my bed. Check it, my shoebox is the stash spot. I used to keep my scratch at my dad's house. I got a deadline, so I need the cake. I need a plan, so my duck is gonna try to escape. Yeah, I'm always looking for the currency, a large amount, call it a pretty penny. Money makes the world go round. I'm the talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. Money makes the world go round. I'ma talk around town. Remy gave me the sound. I need that Skrilla on the Rilla.
Yo!
I need that Skrilla on the Rilla. You got a $5 bill, put your hands up.
Guys,
you
based
got
off
a $10
statistics.
bill, put your hands up. You got a $20 bill, put your hands up. You got a $50 bill.
What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. Hope everyone's had a fantastic Sunday. Bitcoin with pretty much the boring weekend that we all probably thought was going to happen, and you know, I don't think we deserve this at this point, but it's the price action we deserve on the weekend, considering everything else is closed. Guys, if you didn't know, based on statistics, we always like to say this though. Based off statistics, 60% of you guys watching the stream right now are either in underwear or have no pants on. Based off statistics. Just thought I'd let you know that. Just so like we can think of everyone in the chat. Like Hamilton, no pants on. Scorpion, no pants. We don't know Clinton doesn't have any pants on, drinking his boxed wine. Drinking his boxed wine. His wife is in the next room over, you know, ask him what he's doing, and he has no pants on, and he hears "Daddy," you know, and the wife's like, "Clinton, you have no pants on. I heard Daddy." Like, what's going on? Anyways, guys, I had to pull. I said this in the beginning of the pregame lobby. I had a Polish sausage today, and you know, you guys always like to make the jokes every time I say I had a Polish sausage. Actually, it was my second Polish sausage. Actually, maybe third Polish sausage. You guys said he could take 3 Polish sausages. Holy crap. Holy freaking crap. All right, anyways, happy Sunday, guys. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. There was pretty much like nothing happened this weekend for the most part. There was some moves up, a little moves up, nothing crazy. Bitcoin's back above 30K, barely. Got a little bit of a move up to 30,300 today, but still just kind of waiting, and it's the same shit. We're just kind of waiting. I wasn't going to do a stream today, but I thought, you know, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's hang out with the homies, and let's at least try to talk about something, man, because that's what we got. Anyways, guys, let's talk about some stuff, all right? You could probably see the title of the stream, and you know, based off of what I see. I still think that the general sentiment is that Bitcoin will go lower. I think that's the general sentiment that I get on Twitter, that I get from the chat, just that I get from everywhere is the majority thinks Bitcoin is going lower. Now, I get it. I totally get why that is the case. And you know, it's interesting, right? Because the price action itself, you know, we're sort of just kind of hovering at this previous high that we had in April, right? We can't seem to get any momentum above 30K that can hold, at least for the last like 10 days. So what's the deal? What's the business? Are we going to go lower? Are we not going to go lower? That's the big question right now. But I can just feel that the sentiment is very bearish and very, almost, I would even say more bearish and how do I want to say this? More unhopeful than even when Bitcoin was at the bottom after FTX. I can just get that sense in the market right now, and it is it's interesting. It's interesting how time, because Bitcoin's still above 30K. It's not like it hasn't gone anywhere, but it's interesting how time can make almost people more bearish than a dump. Right? A lot of times. It's interesting how that works a lot of the times. Anyways, I was talking to Horse Guy today, and I was like, Horse Guy, what do you think about the market right now, man? I need another input on the market from someone in here. And this is what he told me today, okay? Well, Jordan, I am feeling kind of bearish. Bitcoin has not moved up, and I don't know why. I am feeling bearish. Everyone on Twitter says we are going to 28K. It is almost guaranteed we're going to 28K. So, you know, here's what I'll say. I am bearish right now. I actually sold my Bitcoin here. I sold it, and I will buy back lower. I sold it here at 30K, and I will buy back at 28K. Yes, that is my plan. Sell here, buy back at 28. What could go wrong? No one else has that plan. No one else has that plan. Only me. I think that's like everyone's plan right now. Everyone's plan is to buy 28. I think that's like literally everyone's plan. But man, it's just interesting, the market right now, man. I mean, we're just sitting here. It's weird. It's too quiet. I sort of said this last week. Something feels off. Something feels really, really off in this market. I personally just feel like a pump back up to the top of the range is coming. And I know the general sentiment is down. It is so much easier to say that the price is going down right now. Everyone agrees with you when you say it's going to go lower. But when you say it's going to go higher, people are calling you an idiot right now. And I'm still going to go against the grain. I feel like something's off. Bitcoin just hovering at the lows. Every time it gets to move up, it gets smacked back down. Almost like there's a big seller trying to just keep this down. Every time it comes up, bop. Every time it goes, bop. But it can't break that 30K level. I still think it's going up, right? And I'm going to sort of stand by that. Now, we'll get into some higher term time frame stuff. There's some good stuff on the weekly I want to talk about today. The hash ribbons, which if Bitcoin can go up this week, right? If Bitcoin can have a green week this week, which we'll see if it can. I don't know if it will. We might get that hash ribbons buy signal, which you do not fade ever, 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 ever. Anyways, Anderson said we're about to send it. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Hopefully. I'm hoping, man. I'm waiting patiently. You know me. I have not switched my bias one time. I've held true to the docket bearish at support. You know, but the patience, man. The patience. It gets to you, right? It gets to you. The time capitulation gets to you. It makes you more bearish, and that's what this price action sucks right now, because I feel like the more this goes sideways and just sits at the support, the more bearish and easy it is to get bearish, because it just doesn't make sense why the price isn't going up, right? And that's kind of the sentiment I get from the market right now is we're just sitting at the support, but you can see that we're almost rounding out here, right? We're rounding out here. So we'll see what I have this week. We have FOMC meeting this week, which is the big thing in the short term. So we'll watch. That's coming up on Wednesday. Anyways, let me see what you guys are saying to the chat here real quick, and we'll jump to the weekly, because the weekly is the good thing right now. The weekly close is imminent. Let's go, bro. Rod said, looks due for another 31K tap. I'd like a little love tap. I would love a little love tap. We all like some love taps, man. Irishman said, how do those Bollinger Bands look? They're a little bit tighter than they were before, man. Right? So I wish they were, I'm sorry, they're a little bit more loose. So when it comes to the Bollinger Bands, we like tight. The weekly Bollinger Bands are tight as shit. The daily's a little bit more loose now, right? She got plowed. She got plowed a little bit. So the daily Bollinger Bands kind of got a little bit loose. But the weekly, the weekly is ready for some pounding, man. The weekly is ready for some pounding and get those Bollinger Bands loose. Let me tell you, that's coming. Chad, what's up, bro? What's going on, Chad? By the way, we had who in the beginning in the stream? Brian. Brian Mercier became a member. Shout out to Brian Mercier, bro. You're the absolute stud, as always. Thank you for coming in and supporting the channel and just kind of chilling out, bro.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Joey said, been in this range, so where's Wilson? Dude, we're almost to Wilson. But no, right now I have more patience than I did before. I have way more patience than I did last range. Last range was just mind-numbing. Absolutely mind-numbing. This one, it's a little bit mind-numbing. But we've had some altcoins do some stuff this time, which has been nice, right? We've seen Link go up. We've seen XRP get a pump. We've seen Bitcoin Cash come up a little bit. Uniswaps came up a little bit. So we've had some altcoins that have came up off the lows this time, which makes it a little bit better. Besides the last range where we were just sitting there doing nothing. Anyways, bro. Incognito said we need more likes. Let's get the likes up, man. I hate shilling the likes. Don't make me shill the likes, guys. I hate shilling the damn likes. Okay? I don't like that shit. It's the daily close. It's the weekly close, love. It's the weekly close, love. Anyways, let's go to the weekly. So the weekly this is the interesting one here, guys. And this is the one that gets me kind of excited, man. This is the one that gets me kind of excited because the weekly's been all over the place, right? You go from bullish candle to bearish candle to bearish candle. The what is this? I'm gonna get a little bullish candle. We've just kind of gone all over the place, right? With wicks on the bottom, wicks on the top. Who the frick knows, right? But here's what I'll say about the weekly. We know that volatility, right, based off the BBWP. Oh my God, I'm waiting for the BBWP jokes. I like the BBWP. I like the BBWP. I like that. Yeah. I like that. I also showed the Nasdaq at the low, but I like the BBWP. They are very, very sexy. Right? But I'm waiting for the jokes. But we know the BBWP on the weekly is super, super tight. Last time that this was this low, right? I remember this time period down here, which was just freaking miserable. It was awful, but it preluded to a bunch of volatility coming to the market, right? So we know from March, there really hasn't been anything going on in the market. We've had 1 week of pump. The rest of the weeks have been super small, super low volatility. There's been nothing going on since about March, right? We've gone up a little bit slowly. We've gone down slowly. One big pump, and we've kind of just gone sideways here. So you can see that the volatility is super, super low. Last time, obviously, preluded the big pump. So we have that going on, right? Which is almost like a spring, right? Bitcoin's kind of getting sprung up for some type of big move. Doesn't tell you up or down, but some type of big move. But when you put that with the hash ribbons, okay? We've talked about the hash ribbons many, many times on this channel. You never fade the hash ribbons. This is one signal for Bitcoin that has never had a false signal. Not one time has this had a false signal. And this is actually crossing back up, right? And when this crosses back up, basically you get a buy signal. I did some research and I looked at when do you get the buy signal? You get the buy signal when you see these cross back and then you see upwards price action. So what we need to see, and a lot of you guys will say, that's a big if. That is a huge if. Oh, trust me, I know. Right now it's a big if. We're more likely to go sideways than anything. But if we can get any type of upwards price action, we will most likely see this buy signal print on the hash ribbons, which has never had a false signal in the history of BTC. And when you put that with BBWP being super, super low, That means to me, if we do get that buy signal, it's going to be explosive move to the upside, right? So once again, we need to see some move to the upside first to get that. But there's some interesting things here in the weekly, and I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that this boring range is going to be taken too much longer. I just don't see it. I don't know how it can get more boring than it is now. You know what I mean? Like, the volatility is so freaking low, and I think we can all agree, right? It's boring as shit. But it also gets you kind of excited because the boring times usually prelude the non-boring times, where all of a sudden you're sitting there on the couch, right? And you might be complaining about how boring Bitcoin is. This might be you on the couch, right? Man, Bitcoin's so freaking boring. I'm logging off. Screw this. I'm not checking the price anymore. Oh, I just got a freaking notification. What the frick? What the frick? Bitcoin's up 15%? What the frick did that come from? Oh. I wanted to see it live, and I missed it because I was bored. Right? Out of nowhere, man. I mean, especially this year, right? This year has been kind of weird. You've like seen big pumps, months of sideways, big pump, months of sideways. There's like none of this consistency. It's just pump, sideways, pump, sideways. It's been brutal. But, you know, yeah, we're kind of just in that phase waiting for Bitcoin to do something, man, right? So that's what we got, right? Weekly showing big moves coming. Hash-driven SPY signal, close to being printed, but we need to see an upwards move for it to be printed. So that's kind of what we got here going on, guys. Is that John M? Yo, shout out to John M. The chat is always better when John M is in here with her sarcastic tone. He is so sarcastic, and I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Let's go. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Just keep buying red days at this point. Oh, exactly, Rod. I've sort of said this. Listen, I come on here, I talk about stuff. Really, at this point, right, on any type of big dips for BTC, I'm looking to add, like I said, for the next 6 months. Next 6 months is to stack as much stuff that I like as possible, and not try to make this too difficult, right? I've said that multiple times. It's just, you know, at this point, where we are, to me, the upside potential is greater than the downside potential. Most will disagree with that, but that's kind of my take. I have my Bitcoin back, so now I'm sort of focusing on, for the next 6 months, the altcoins that I like, right? They've came up a little bit, so I'm sort of, I've already bought the ones that I like, but to add to those, I kind of want a little bit of a pullback. If we don't get it, we don't get it, but Total 3, right? If Total 3 is going to get another pullback in here, which maybe it does, maybe Bitcoin pulls back in the immediate short term, I'd be looking to add some altcoins that I like on a pullback. So that's where we're at, right? Altcoins, I think, are just consolidating at the lows, waiting. You guys see them one by one. They keep coming back up to the highs, slowly but surely. We just need Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin's like that freaking thing that's stopping most of the other alts from breaking out. You've already seen a lot of them do it. But for the rest of the market, we've came up halfway through the range. If we want to get back to the top of the range, we need Bitcoin to do something. So get your pitchforks out, man. Get your damn pitchforks out this week. Hopefully we get some volatility. We got FOMC on Wednesday, so hopefully we got something going on. But that's what we got for the altcoin market. It's just been slow over there. And the big thing to watch this week, the friggin' dollar. We got to watch the frickin' dollar, man. Oh, Jesus, man. The frickin' dollar. At a very key level going into this week, I'll tell you that. So we know that we broke down from these two lows, right? 1, 2. Dollar's coming up. Now we need to see the dollar, in my opinion. Like, this kind of goes hand in hand with everything we've been talking about. Here, we're going to need to see the dollar come down here. I don't want to see the dollar shoot back up. If it does, well, yeah, I mean, that the 28K Bitcoin that everyone's talking about might happen, right? So let's watch this. For me right now, the way I'm kind of watching this is I'm going to take this as resistance until it's broken, as you always should. The 4-hour time frame, just kind of consolidating, not doing too much. But yeah, we're going to need the dollar to reject from previous support and not get back above there, because that would be not ideal for us, fellas. All right, so that's the dollar. Watch this week, and obviously watch the stock markets too, as they hopefully keep going to the highs here. Let's see. All right, let's hang out with the chat, man. Let's see what the homies are saying out in the chat. DXY will dump after the FOMC. Yeah, the FOMC. Here's what I'll say about the FOMC. Go into it expecting 25 basis points. But what Powell says will be interesting, because we're at 3% inflation, right? Go into it expecting 25 basis points. It's going to be 25 basis points. But what Powell says is always the important thing. We're at 3% inflation, not the 2% inflation target, but we're getting there. He might be a little bit more positive this time, right? So maybe that adds some optimism to the market. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see, right? We'll frickin' see. At the end of the day, you know, what I always like to say, fellas, okay? I go based off the cycles. No one in here has a short-term crystal ball that can predict what Bitcoin's going to do in 3 days. No one, okay? But the best thing we can do is go based off the Bitcoin cycles, because that's what kind of always played out, right? So no one's got the crystal ball. No one's Camirand in here predicting where Bitcoin's going to be in 2 days. If anyone's trying to tell you that, they're selling you some BS, okay? No one knows. The thing is, the best thing that we can do is zoom out, buy when prices are low, in a range, which many things are in a nice range right now, at lows, chill, sit back, and let the magic happen. As we look in the magic ball and see what Bitcoin will be in 2 days. Right? At this point, guys, we're just chilling. We're chilling, waiting. Bitcoin's at the bottom of the range. I'm bullish. I'm long. I'm long on Bitcoin back to the highs. Let's do it, bro. All right. All right. Besides that, that's what we got. That's kind of what we got. This cycle sucks. Spin the cycle better. Brian, this cycle's been great. This cycle's been great, Brian. This has been a great cycle. Let me tell you. Great cycle. At the end of the day, it's another day. Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Clean that ball. I can clean that ball. It's kind of like... it's not as good as the Polish sausage that I ate earlier. Let me tell you, that Polish sausage, man, I actually had it in a wrap today. I love telling you guys because I know when you guys are gonna say something about what I eat, and I think it's hilarious. Like the time I told you I microwaved the ribs, I knew you guys were gonna shit on me for that. I ate the Polish sausage in a wrap today with ketchup and mustard. I know some of you guys are like, ketchup? Listen. Maj likes ketchup too. Maj, you like ketchup on your Polish sausage, right?
Ketchup and mustard.
Thank you. See, she said who doesn't.
What do they put on it?
They just usually put mustard and relish. Mustard and relish is what they put on it. But apparently putting ketchup on sausage is like the devil somehow. But it is what it is. That's what my grandpa says too. My grandpa always says, Jonah, you're putting ketchup on your hot dog? And I'm like, that's normal where I'm from. And he thinks it's the weirdest thing in the world, but apparently that's not normal. I don't know. But yeah, I ate my Polish sausages in a wrap. Mike said mustard only. I know the mustard only thing. Some people, I don't know what it is.
Like ketchup adds a little bit of sweetness.
Yeah. Bath likes mustard and relish. Mike likes mustard only. John likes mustard and relish is the way to go. See? Everyone always likes the mustard and relish. Guys, I have a sweet tooth, okay? I don't get that saying, by the way. Why is it called a sweet tooth? You don't taste sweetness on your tooth. You taste it on your tongue. What is this madness? What is sweet tooth? Someone explained that saying to me. It makes no sense. It was like an epiphany in my head right now. The ketchup gives it a little bit of sweetness. You know what I'm saying? So what we got right here is you got the mustard, gives it a little bit of that you know, that saltiness, right? And then the ketchup gives it a little bit of that sweetness. And then the sausage already got that savoriness. So you got all three flavors in one when you put the ketchup and mustard. I'm trying to sell you guys on the ketchup and mustard. But you guys might say you put the relish on for maybe a little bit of, I don't know. Relish to me is okay. I mean, I don't not like relish. It's just I prefer it with no relish. We actually put mayonnaise on fries. This dude say he put mayonnaise on fries.
Bruh.
This dude said he put mayonnaise on fries.
Bruh.
All right, let me take up the Bollinger Bands, by the way.
What about dipping fries from McDonald's in the ice cream? That's good too.
Oh yeah, fries from McDonald's in the ice cream, or dipping fries from the Wendy's fries in the Frosty. You already know what that is, boys. You already know what that is. Anyways. Anyways, fellas. Anyways. Let's see what we got for BTC here. I'm actually shocked on this initial move up that Bitcoin didn't take out these highs. Right? Which also gives me a little bit of belief that Bitcoin's actually going to push higher here. Because I would have thought if this was going to smack these highs, right? Kind of like we talked about last week. Bitcoin was going to smack these highs and then dump. The fact that it did not, it got rejected again and did not take out those highs. Kind of interesting. But you guys can see over the weekend, we were kind of finishing the forming of this falling wedge. The only pattern that I like, by the way, is the falling wedge. 69% chance to break to the upside, by the way. Yeah. Formed nice, beautifully. 4 touches on the bottom, 3 touches on the top. Got the nice breakout. Looks like just a little back test of the little W formation in here. See if we got any more juice to push Bitcoin up here. Still long. I've had a lot of patience with this because I've been holding this for God knows how long. I think like since back here. I think for like a week. It hasn't gone anywhere. But man, I mean, that's what we got in the short-term time frames, dude. It's rough. It is a rough sledding out here on the short-term time frames. As far as some other stuff, so Chainlink still finding resistance at this high. We said this was probably going to be resistance right here. Chainlink a little bit of resistance, which is okay. When you hit a resistance, it's okay to find a little bit of a resistance. You know what I'm saying? So Chainlink's still looking phenomenal. Still looking forward to eventually come up to at least the top of the range back here to 950. Just a matter of time. I think, like I said, we just need the corn to behave here. What's some other stuff that did well this weekend? Pretty much nothing moved, to be honest. Uniswap kept moving up. Uniswap's right at resistance too. So you see Chainlink's at resistance, Uniswap's at resistance. You got a lot of things at resistance. Optimism got a little move up, but I think that's also at resistance now. Optimism right at that 200-day EMA. So like you see, a lot of the altcoins are at resistance. So my thinking is, you're seeing all these altcoins at resistance across the board. What does that mean that we need Bitcoin to do? Okay, if all the altcoins are at resistance, you know that means that we're going to need this to push up, right? To get, say, your favorite altcoin to push through resistance, or your favorite chain link to push through resistance, right? And this is where it's going to come in. We're going to need to see it soon, because you're getting all these things, once again, to major resistance points, right? Uniswap at resistance. We need Bitcoin to push it through there. So that's why right now all eyes are on the corn, man. All eyes are on the corn, and you can't keep your eyes off the corn, bro. The corn is the corn right now, okay? As far as the altcoins goes, like I said, they're all at resistance, so just be careful. I know a lot of you guys just DCA. If you're just DCAing, do what you need to do. I'm not going to hate on you. You DCAers will probably outpace most people in the market when the time comes because you guys just don't care. You're piling in at low levels. You'll outpace most people, to be honest. But for the people that want to wait for pullbacks, I think right now is a decent time to not FOMO into an altcoin at resistance. At least that's what I'll say about like the individual altcoins, as they all seem to be at resistance. So that's what I'll say about the individual alts. For the most part, there wasn't really much that pumped up this weekend, to be honest. There was a few small cap ones, but you know, like I said, I own, like I said, I've been stacking altcoins, so I have multiple different small cap altcoins that did pretty well over the course of the last week, but I don't want to shill those. So you know, like I said, if you guys want to know those, I can tell you in the Discord. I'm just a big believer in not shilling small cap coins. You know, I'm just a believer in that. It's kind of stupid in my opinion. So, well, but as far as the big caps, like almost none of them moved. Almost zero of them moved at all. So, like I said, we need Bitcoin to move. Anyways, besides the point. Anyways, that's the stream, guys. Peace. I'm back. I'm just playing. Mr. Hart said, nah, FOMO, that's fine. That's FOMO, that's fine. If you want to FOMO, do whatever you need. Listen, I can't say I've never FOMO'd. I have FOMO'd into multiple things where it's worked before, right? But I have also FOMO'd into multiple things that have wrecked me, okay? So, for me, you can FOMO, but it's got to be like a tactical FOMO. In my personal opinion, someone who says that they never FOMO, I think, is a little bit lying. Everyone FOMOs sometimes, because there's sometimes where, like, it's like a tactical FOMO. You guys know exactly what I mean. Sometimes you can be so confident on something where you might actually FOMO a little bit because you're a little bit confident on it. But obviously, there's a time and place to be the FOMOer. We've all FOMO'd, and sometimes it's worked beautifully. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Mick Slacker said Jordan Rugg on the stream. We all FOMO'd into. Nice, dude. Morris likes Milady. Milady was one of the ones that pumped during the last meme coin craze, dude. You know? So I don't know about Milady, man. Milady, is it Milady? Milady. Anyways, guys, we need some hype going into this week, fellas. We need some hype going into this week. Some of the other stuff people probably care a little bit about is, I don't know, maybe XRP. XRP really hasn't been doing much. Skillful said, okay, I'm seriously going to watch Jaws. Later, John. Go watch Jaws, bro. Skillful said strategic FOMO works. It does sometimes. That is definitely true. Like Bitcoin Cash, I FOMO'd a little bit. It worked out. You know? XRP. Not really doing too much, man. Just kind of chilling out. Just kind of consolidating. You know, we kind of lost this trend line we were watching right here on XRP. And we kind of just been slowly bleeding since then. So XRP, who knows with this one, man. I would say if you're an XRP or, you know, I've always said, like, you can come back down and test 56 cents. That would be like a retest of the old, like, year and a half long range you were in. But I think if you don't want to go that far, you're looking to hold. I mean, I purposely would want to hold this level here. I wouldn't want to drop below here if you don't want to see like lower. So XRP kind of just holding there. Interesting. We'll see if it kind of form a little second low and get a little bounce from that level. But not too much going on there XRP and XRP land for all the XRPers just yet. I'm hoping we get a little bit of a move up And man, because I want to see the XRPers kill it, man. Listen, I got a small bag of XRP, but for all the people that have been waiting years for the XRP move, I want them to kill it, man. You know, so this week, hopefully, we can kill it for the XRPers. Maybe we can start getting a slight little move up this week. All right, you know what we need, fellas? Let's get some hype in the chat, man. Let's get some hype in the freaking chat. I think there's good stuff coming to the market. I know, like I said, the common belief right now is that it's not true. The sentiment's kind of dog shit. It's all good. I think there's good stuff coming. I'm going to stand by my statement, okay? And I'm not going to let the birdies behind me change my mind. Anyways, let's wake up China, man. We haven't done it in quite a bit, fellas. Give me some swords and shields in the chat, baby. Let's have a good week this week, right? Let's all make some money this week. Let's all kill it this week. Let's hopefully see some of our stuff start to move up this week as we consolidate at the lows. Give me some swords and shields in the chat, fellas. All right? Let's do this. Your mom said, let's go. Come on. Come on, man. Mike said chicken coin, chicken coin, chicken coin, chicken coin. Chicken coin, man. There's too many of those coins, man. Chicken coin, hamster coin, this coin, that coin. So many coins, dude. Give me that sword and shields! Come on, baby. He just holding like a clown car. It kind of is. Just start a kill a boss coin. I will never start a coin, man. Nothing ever has good has come from someone starting their own coin. that it always ends badly. But yet some of these, I guess I will not call names, but some of these people still do it, and yeah, it's greed, man. But that greed ends up getting them in trouble. Let's see. Botcoin is the next 1000X. I'm sure it is, bro. I'm sure it is, along with the other 20K altcoins that will do 1000X. All right. Anyways, guys. So now we wait. Now we chill out. Now we let it play out. As like I said, Bitcoin just being slow and steady at the range highs, where we've talked about this before. We've seen this price action before. We've seen this kind of just slow and methodical sort of move at the range highs. It reminds me a lot of that 2014 run. Reminds me a lot of down here, where like we just like this range right here. We were just stuck here. We were just literally stuck here for so long, right? And all in this time period, we're stuck, right? Came up, we're stuck, we're stuck, we're stuck, we're stuck. Reminds me a lot of this time period here, where we haven't seen a lot of volatility. We're above the bull market support band, but price just stays flat for a long time. Like right here, this was, what, November to May? This was like 6 months of just chopness above the bull market support band, right? And eventually you got the squeeze through. So, I mean, if we come back over here and we look, oops, let me just do this. There we go. We come back over here and we look, right? And we sort of talked about this, man. I mean, since March, which, I mean, we're going on almost 4 months now of price not moving, staying above the bull market support band, continuing to make higher lows as of right now, and price just getting squeezed in here, which I believe, and I've sort of said this the whole year, we're going to squeeze up to the 40Ks. Just like how we did back in that 2014 market. Back down here, where we came up, made a higher low, came up, made a higher low, higher low, higher low, until we eventually squeezed through. And I do believe that's what we're doing now. Higher low, higher low. If we come back down, right, that would be like 28K-ish. If we do get a pullback there. I don't know if we will. But, yeah, I think we eventually squeeze through there, man. Let's see. Joey said, looks like we need to tap the trend line. We could tap the trend line, yeah. We could tap the trend line. That's why I got this trend line here. And also this white box. So, you know, we might not get to the right box, but we could do, I mean, there's multiple things we could do, right? And this is why this time might take some patience, because if you look at this, we could do two things to me. We could dump, tap this trend line, and then try to make our way back up, right? Or we could just do this. Before we get the move up. And that would be horrible. We don't want that. Right? So like if we go with the notion that we have to test this trend line that's held 3 times, we could see sideways until we tap it. Excuse me. Or we could see dump and tap it. And then maybe come up like that. If you believe we have to tap the trend line to go higher. We might have to tap the trend line to go higher. But what I know about moves up, right? You usually don't just keep tapping a trend line. Eventually you start to curve out, right? So you start to curve out, right? And it starts to get a little bit more parabolic on the move up. Not that I'm going to say that's going to happen right now, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what the short-term price action will be? Let's just kind of wait it out, man. You know what I mean? Let's wait it out. Let's do what we got to do. We got our options. We got what we need to see. And that's all we need to see. Let's see. Chewy said, is this macro night? Chewy, the longer we go into this market, the more we talk about macro stuff. The less I'm going to care about the 1 hour time frame. You know what I'm saying? So you better get used to it. You know what I'm saying? Sideways into the trend line? Dude, that could certainly happen, man. That could certainly happen. Algorand is dead. Everything's dead until the market wakes up. And then usually everything wakes up, you know? But, I mean, there's a lot of things that look dead right now, you know? Mike Bennett, it did bit. Camirand, I wish I could read your chat, man, but I have no idea what it says. The SNEC go up tomorrow? Go up now tomorrow? The SNEC? The SNEC? Whales will tap the trend line when we will be least expecting it. Probably. That's why short term I don't really care what happens, man. The whales are gonna do what they need to do up here. All right? They're gonna do it. They're gonna need to do what they're gonna do. But no, if you guys want short term, if you guys want short term TA, guys, I mean here's my short term TA from you. You want to know my short term TA for you? You want to just keep it super simple? Look what Bitcoin's done for the last month. What's the one strategy that has worked every single time that you've only needed to do this one thing? Throw out all the indicators, throw all moving averages, throw out whatever you need. What's the one thing that has worked this entire, since for the last 32 days? What's the one thing that's worked? You know what I'm saying? What's the one thing that has worked in the short-term time frames? The one thing. You're at the range lows, you long. You're at the range highs, you short. It's worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we try to make this so difficult, right? And eventually we'll break the range. You know what I mean? But betting, I've always said this, betting on the range to break is usually the losing strategy. You should always bet on the range to hold, right? So right now, I'm long because we're at the range low. You know what I mean? You get to the range high, probably good on betting it to come back down. You know what I mean? Like I feel like sometimes we look for this like magic strategy or this magic indicator, and it's like the best time to be trading is when you're in a range. Like right now, you know, it is what it is. Like there's not much else I can say besides you're at the range low. You're above the 200 EMA in the 4 hour. You had a falling wedge that you broke out of. I'm long. You know? No, the bottom by the time dump it all away for 12K. Rico, I love you, man. Rico is so stubborn with the 12K. Rico, I'll remember. If it goes to 12K, I will remember you've been calling for 12K. Okay? But it doesn't count if it's in 2026, it doesn't count. When we get the great financial crisis, the next great financial crisis, which I think is coming within the next 10 years, it doesn't count. It has to be within the next 12 months, Rico, okay? But I will remember you called it, man. Let's see. DJ said before blank charges you $1,000 for that info. It's so true, man. That's so true. Oh, Lord. Nabil said trading this range is okay, except for the fact that it takes 10 days for a 2% move. Yeah, and sometimes you don't have to take a trade, man. You can just say, right now, I'm bored. I'm just not going to take a trade right now. You know? That's when it comes to trading, too, is people feel like you always have to be in a trade. You don't always have to be in a trade. Like right now, if you're super bored and there's just no volatility in the market, set a trade at a low dip, set your stop loss, go out and do something, right? Go out and do something. That's what I did this weekend. I wasn't really doing too much over here this weekend. And I've had the same trade open for a week, right? Just patiently waiting for the eventual move up, which I do think is coming. Just a matter of when. Buy the top and sell the bottom, guys. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Everybody panic. We're going to zero. I'm going to buy the top and I'm going to sell the bottom, guys.
Facts. Facts. Woods and Water said it's over. It's over. It's so over. Anyways, back to the daily. Back to the daily time frame. This daily's kind of weird, though. It's weird daily. The weekly is just so monotonous. Look at this, Dan. It's like nothing to take from this. You know what I mean? Like, this is just so this is such a bootleg weekly. Ugh. There's just nothing to take from that, man. Kennedy said we're part of the 1% Bitcoiners worldwide. We are, dude. Let's go. Let's go, man. Like I've sort of said, this is the part of the cycle where most people start disbelieving that any type of pump is possible, right? This is around that time where if you're not like a true believer or you haven't been around for a previous cycle, you're gone. You're not staying in this market. All those people are gone by now. They're long gone. Long gone. The only people that are still here are the ones that went through last time and know that it is possible, or just simply looking at the charts and seeing like them massively destroyed and knowing that fear and greed always comes back, man, right? Just as fear comes, as 2022 was fear, greed comes back just as fast. It's in humans. Humans always want gains. And that's why the cycles will always play out, because humans always want gains and humans always want fear. They never just want to be in the middle. It's either fearful or greedy. There's no middle ground. Unless like you've trained yourself to be emotionless. But no, man. We're basically at that point of the cycle where anyone thinks like any move up is literally impossible. You know? Incognito said I started in 2021, made all the way down. Was interesting. You have to go through it once though, Incog, right? You have to do that once to learn. You know, you will never just enter the crypto market and kill it. You'll never just enter and be like, yeah, I just made a bunch of money and dip. You're never gonna do that. You always have to make mistakes at least one time, you know? And that's why I know a lot of you guys were here all throughout 2021, all throughout 2022. The one part of the cycle, I think a lot, and this is usually how it is. The one part of the cycle where most people haven't been through is the part where you're going from bear into bull. And that's why I think there's still a lot of disbelief in the market, because most people got into the market in 2021. So most people haven't been through a cycle where you're shifting from the bear market to the early stages of the bull market, right? Because everyone's just stuck in that it's a bear market, it's a bear market, it's a bear market, it's a bear market, right? I would say most people weren't around in 2020, right? Early 2020. Most people got in late 2020, early 2021, right? So you've been through like the peak, the bear, but not like the early stages, where in the early stages, just a lot of disbelief, everyone telling you it's impossible, you can't go up, no way. There's always a different reason. Last time it was COVID. Everyone, oh, there's no way, man. I mean, we've got a pandemic going on. Right? That was last time. We know how that worked out. Now it's the macro. No, there's no way, bro. You seen the macro rate hikes. You know, there's always a reason why you can't do it. There's always a reason. Joey said, I'm scared for the bull market. Honestly, need to make a sell strategy. Yeah, dude, selling's the hardest part. Selling's the hardest part, bro. It's not buying. Buying is easy. Selling is hard. Because when you start, like, it's easy to say now, because once again, everyone's stuck in that bear market mindset where something goes up 50% and you're like, oh, it's up 50%. You know, this is great. But when you start seeing something go 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, it's very hard to press that sell button, because you're going to think, oh, it's up 10x. What if it goes up 20? And then what if it goes up 30? And you're just going to keep doing that until at one point, you know, it might go up 10, it might go up 15, but at one point it won't. You know what I mean? And then basically it's going to be a dip, and you're going to say, oh, it's just a dip, and then it just goes downhill from there. The best thing you can do is sell on the way up. Don't wait for to the point where everyone starts getting bearish. Wait, like when everyone's, basically the best thing you can do, okay? We're in the bull market. Watch this stream, okay? Basically, when you have people you've never seen before in the chat asking you if they should buy now, probably when you should be DCing out, okay? So like right now, everyone who's in here, we know each other, right? Holy guacamole. But when you start seeing new people coming to the chat and saying, you know, Jordan, should I buy this now? Right? And I'm going to be ruthless. I'm going to say, listen, you should have been here in the last year when we were at the lows. I personally would not be buying this right now. And they're going to be mad at me. They're going to hate me. I'm going to need you guys to defend me. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm going to be honest with them. I'll say, okay, I'm going to say, no, this coin's up 10x. I'm personally selling this. You know what I mean? And they're going to be pissed. But, I mean, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But yeah, when you start seeing that, you got to get out. When your friends start asking you about crypto, get out. When your family starts asking you about crypto, get out. Especially when it's a meme coin. If they start asking for a Safe Moon or a Doge, out. Get out of that shit and tell them not to buy. Don't tell them to buy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jordan, how do I buy some Bitcoin? Let's see. But I mean, you know, obviously be hyped up. You know?
Jordan,
I've always said that, like when we do get
some
into that point of the market,
Bitcoin?
which we're not at right now, obviously. But when we do get that point of the market, I'm going to have to balance being hyped. And I'm going to have to balance being hyped and 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 also not getting people to FOMO. It's like the hardest thing to do. Because you're just getting hyped because you're like, yeah, let's go. And then everyone new in the chat goes like, this guy's hyped for crypto. He must think it's going higher. You know? Oh, Lord. Yo, shout out to Mike Bennett, man. Yo, Guillermo came in with 10 memberships. Shout out to Guillermo. Guillermo Tell. I love that, bro. I like the color of your hat, by the way, in your picture, man. I love that color blue, dude. That's a nice color blue. Oh, Guillermo also said, hi, man. Can you take a look at this chart and tell me what you think? I find it interesting. Sol ETH, please. Oh, I got you, Guillermo. I didn't see that, man. My bad. But Guillermo coming in with the 10 gifted memberships. Oh, we don't got it on this one. Shit. Hold up.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
You know I love my, you know that I love my, BTC pair charts. You know I love these. All right, the one thing I'll say about this, Sol BTC, I actually think this is going to come down a little bit. My reasoning for this coming down a little bit is look at where you're at, right? Actually, let me go to the weekly real quick, and then we'll go back to that one. So we go to the weekly. We know we broke out, right? So we broke out from, it depends where you want to take it from, but I would say this is the more general trend line here. We know we broke out from this, but if we go to the daily on Sol BTC, see where you're at? You're at this the 200-day EMA, right? And look at this whole run when Sol BTC is at the 200-day EMA, right? And look at all the rejections near that level, right? So here, you got slightly above, got back below, came back down, right? Rejected, couldn't get up to it here. And now look what you're doing now, right? You reclaimed above, dumped back below. So what I think this does, shout out to Guillermo, by the way, man. We're going to play the pump song for you in a second. What I think this does is comes back down and tests this trend line, right? I think this comes back down, tests this trend line back down here, right? And then you try to form some type of base down here, which hopefully, and this is what I'm hoping for this, hopefully this means that, okay, you might see some of the altcoins lose a little bit of strength against Bitcoin in the short term. What I'm hoping that means is Bitcoin gets that next leg up. And then altcoin pairs go down a little bit, form a base as Bitcoin's getting to move up, and then the altcoins can start to move. That would be a perfect setup. But I think Sol BTC might have a little bit of move to the downside here, just based off of where it is before, you know? But that could be a short-term move. Short-term little move to the downside, which could just mean that, not that Sol is going to go down in price, just means that Bitcoin might do a little better in the short term, which would be better for us right now because I know we want the altcoins to go up, but we need Bitcoin to go higher, right? That's what we need right now. We need Bitcoin to go up. I want everything to go up, trust me. Let's see. Oh, Sol ETH? Oh, I'm blind. Oh my God, I'm blind. You know what I need to play since I'm blind? I thought he said Sol BTC. Oh my God. We gotta see Vitalik for that. That was embarrassing. Let's do Sol ETH. Shit, man. Maybe it's because I don't want to see that Sol's doing better than my baby. Let's see. Sol ETH. All right, let's look at Sol ETH. My bad, man. I was saying maybe because I don't want to be hurt to see that Solana is outpacing Ethereum. All right, I'm just kidding. Anyways, Sol ETH. Is there a better chart than this? This one's kind of shit. Let's see. Sol Ether. Okay, Coinbase chart is also kind of shit. We got a better one than this? Maybe Bitfinex? Okay, I guess we're gonna have to go with the Binance one. All right, let's see. I want to start this. A little bit of resistance. Same thing. So like Bitcoin. So Sol Bitcoin's at the 200-day EMA. We got Sol ETH, that's also at its weekly resistance point in theory here. So the question is, you know, not really a question, but this to me looks like Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to outpace Solana in the short term. Short term, maybe not in the higher term time frames, as we might be almost at that point where the altcoins start to do a little bit better. Not quite, probably like 6 months from now. But in the immediate short term, you might see Bitcoin ETH do a little bit better. I'm salty. I'm salty that Sol has outpaced ETH. Well, let me get my little salt shaker on here, because I'm salty. And that's why I didn't want to look at it. Here we go. Here he is. I'm a little bit salty. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not salty at all, dude. I want to see everything do well, man. I generally mean that too. So Solana, yeah, it's at resistance. So I would say just be careful on that one in the short term. Not actually so much like Solana, not so much like Solana USD, but the ETH pair. You're above the 200. Let's see if you can hold it. But yeah, you did hit this big resistance point here. So we'll see what happens on there. But you asked for the weekly. So the weekly to me, just kind of getting rejected off this level here, right? Bonk. You know, it's really that. Big resistance. You probably get a few more weeks of downside on this. At the very, very least. Anyways, we're off this. Let's get my salty balls off the screen, shall we? And let's not... one thing we don't want to see right now is... Daddy! Why did you sell your Bitcoin? Daddy, why'd you do it? Why'd you do it, Daddy? We could have been rich, but now we're homeless. Daddy, we live in a cardboard box because of you. You sold your Bitcoin at 29K. Now I have to suffer in my childhood because of you, Daddy. Remember, guys, remember, if there's anything you can learn, remember, it's held true for the last month. Dad, why don't we have any Bitcoin? You sold all the BlackRock at 29K. Even the rich kid wants to be put up for adoption because his dad sold the Bitcoin at 29K. All right, so be careful. By the way, what do we have over here, by the way? Oh, basically, yeah. This is the market right now, by the way, fellas. Who will make it through this? Who will make it through this bonanza of a chart? Mike said 10-year-old Jordan. That kind of does, it does look like me though. My face was a little bit chubbier and I had a bowl cut, but it's pretty similar. Who will make it through this? Okay? Thy who makes it through this can make it through anything. Okay? Just remember, guys, when you're feeling some type of emotional way about the market, when you're in a range, just remember, guys, we've been through the bros stage, the we're so back stage, the it's so over stage, the we so back stage, the it's so over stage, the bro stage where you have a mixed state of emotions, the it's so over stage. This just continues. And now we're going to come back to the we're so back phase, which is probably going to come at some point in the next few days. So just remember, he who makes it through this can make it through anything in the crypto market. Okay? Just don't sell your Bitcoin to damn BlackRock at 29K. You want to sell some at 31, 32? By all means. 29K? Don't be a pussy. All right. That's all I got to say. All right. Anyways. That's creepy. Oh, Lord. Daddy will make it. Daddy will make it. All right. Hopefully Daddy makes it. You know, hopefully you dads out there, hopefully you make it. Hopefully you don't just do what I did. Because hopefully, like I said, hopefully when I do that, your wife isn't listening, and hopefully you have pants on too. Because if you don't have pants on and your wife also hears Daddy from the other room, she's going to think that something's going on in there. Like Maj. Let me ask Maj. This will be funny. Maj.
Yeah.
If you were sitting over here and I was in the other room, and I had no pants on, and you heard, "Daddy, Daddy," what would you think? You would think, what is he watching? Oh, Lord. And if I was like, I'm just watching a crypto streamer, you'd say, bullshit. But it's actually true. Let's see. Jordan must have been the most annoying kid ever. Glad you're a grown-up now. Thank you, man. Actually, I wasn't very annoying as a grown-up. I wasn't, sorry, as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Rick said, it's actually pretty cool being here from the transition from bear to bull. Seems curious to see how it plays out. Yeah, it's actually, the transition phase is actually what you'll notice is when you go through all the phases, the transition phase, you almost get this, like, when you just read what people say, you almost get the sense that transition phase is more bearish than the actual bear market phase. It's just this weird phenomenon, man. Like, during the transition phase, you'll have price that goes up, but yet you'll have more uncertainty than a year ago at this time when price was going down, right? It's just weird, right? And I think that's just because people basically think about the market like you get like conditioned of a certain market. So right now, I think people still think of the market like how it was 6 months ago. And then say 6 months from now, Bitcoin's in the 40Ks, right? What's going to happen then is that that's when everyone's going to be super bullish, right? Because they're going to be conditioned for the past 6 months, which has basically been up. And that's when you might get a pullback. And then when you get a pullback, right? When you get to that low of that pullback, people be conditioned to the down of the pullback, and then it's just the constant shakeout, you know. But yeah, man, it's interesting times, and that's what we got. As a grown up, yes. Was gonna say as a grown up, yeah. Kennedy, later, bro. Have a good one, man. Joey said we're so back. We're at 30,078. We're so back. Not gonna lie, in the weekly, April of next year doesn't seem that far. Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, a year ago was, I mean, we could basically say August. I mean, it's almost the end of July. Let's say August of last year. It doesn't seem like that long ago. August of last year was basically, let's go to this chart. It was basically, by the way, we closed the weekly at 30,068. 30,068 in the weekly, guys. Last August was here, right? And I still remember that time. That doesn't seem like that long ago. It's crazy that was a year ago. You guys remember like when we hit this like 17K level, we started coming up. A lot of things actually did very well during that time. I remember this period here. It doesn't seem that long ago, man. That was a year ago. That's crazy, man. Look at everything we did in a year. Just like, think about all the things that happened throughout this, in the past year, right? Boring period, FTX collapse, contagion of FTX, move up, banking collapse, stable coins depegging, pump up, right? Binance suing Coinbase and freaking, SEC suing Binance and Coinbase, and then BlackRock announcing that they're getting into crypto with an ETF, and then every big company in the world announcing they're applying for an ETF, and then basically XRP winning the lawsuit. And think about all the shit that happened in a year, right? And that's what makes you think, dude, like, so much shit can happen in a year, you forget, right? And if you put a year out, what's going to happen? And if you go 6 months, and if you don't think a lot can happen, if you go a year from that point in August, you go a year back, right? I mean, you were up at like 50K, right? And you basically went from 50K down to 16K in a year, right? So a lot can happen in a year. A lot can happen in a year. I think everyone's still kind of conditioned to down, just because that's the most recent thing. But I don't believe that. I believe that we will continue this trend, which is the upside move. And it's just a matter of patience at this point, man. Matter of patience at this point. The Celsius wick feels like yesterday. Yeah, dude. All that stuff feels like not that long ago. The Luna collapse, the Celsius collapse, the FTX shit. That was so long ago now. It's crazy, dude. XRP Coinbase. XRP SEC. I keep saying Coinbase. I don't know why I keep saying that. Joey said, what if no 40K pullback? Yeah, I mean, that is definitely something. I think the biggest thing we can watch as far as when we think a pullback will happen with Bitcoin is we got to watch what the stock markets do, you know? We got to watch what these bad boys do. So right now, I mean, it's FOMC week. You might see some take profit into FOMC. So don't be surprised if like tomorrow is red on stocks and maybe into Tuesday's red on stocks. People like to take profits before those things. But like for the bigger picture, right? Screw the short-term charts. Like we go out to the weekly, right? It's gone up in a straight line. Like one red week doesn't kill a trend. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, like, the best thing we can do is watch this. Because if like this breaks highs, say if we do something like this, right? NASDAQ maybe pulls back a little bit, continues up, breaks all-time highs, and then pulls back, or then starts pulling back. That might be when Bitcoin pulls back from like 40K, you know, and then NASDAQ keeps going. But yeah, we'll play it by ear and play it by level. Historically speaking, though, you do see the moves to the 618, and then you see the move back to the 50 moving average, and then you see all-time highs, historically speaking. So at this point, I'll go by historically speaking, but we don't know. So we'll play it level by level, and we'll do what we need to do. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I wasn't going to stream today, but I decided to hop on because I missed you guys, and it feels weird not streaming on a weekly close. All right, so we'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, we got 3 days into the FOMC meeting. I don't think it's like, a lot of times those are nothing burgers now, so I wouldn't get anything crazy, but patience to that point, right? I know the market's not that exciting, but don't let your boredness impact your bias, right? I think that's the best way I can put it. Don't let the boredness impact your bias, is what I'll say. All right. Anyways, I'm out of here. As always, have a fantastic Sunday night, guys. If I don't see you tomorrow, have a fantastic Monday. Stay easy. Don't pay XRP crypto. Most of all, pay XRP crypto. Most of all, pay XRP crypto to BlackRock, please. And most of all, pay XRP crypto to BlackRock. All right. Have a fantastic night, guys. Peace out. Later.